So, I'm praying. I feel the prayer coming from the pit of my stomach. I feel the prayer coming from the pit of my stomach. The prayer is, I'm saying stuff I've never said before. I'm asking God to dispatch all the angels. I'm telling God, I know that you have things you want me to do in this life. So if you don't intervene, I will die today. I know it inside of me. If I keep looking at the storm and looking at what it's doing to these windows and how so easily it could break these windows, not thinking that it hasn't yet. I'm not thinking about the fact that it hasn't broke the windows yet. I'm just thinking about the fact of what will happen when this tornado shatters this glass. I have no protection. Then yes, the idea about Jesus in the boat comes to me, but I can't really speak on it in depth. All I actually know is that I'm praying, and I'm asking God to dispatch all the angels, and I'm telling God, I know this is not my end. I know you make the weather and you're controlling the weather. So you have to protect me. You don't have to do anything, but I need protection right now. Can you let me in, baby? Thank you. I need protection, right? Why are you breaking? Why are you breaking? I need protection right now. I need you right now. And I'm praying from literally the insides. I feel me praying from the insides. Don't look. I feel me praying from like the inside of my stomach. I can feel it. I can feel the prayer is just like I'm being taken over by the prayer. I know that. So, man, it was crazy. I was so cognizant of the fact that if I had kept focusing on the storm and how scared I was instead of focusing on who created the weather and how powerful he is, I went to thankfulness. Then after all of this, I went into forgiveness. Then I went into thankfulness, and I went into those things heavy, like boop, 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 boop. That's when I feel like I was being taken over in prayer. And so I went into those things, and I'm just like, yes, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Forgive me for this. Forgive me for all these different things, God, and forgive us. And I'm praying for other people. I'm including the city. I rarely pray for the city, which I should more. I'm including the city, Lord. I'm like, oh, this is crazy. So, yeah, man, eventually the storm subsides and the sun does not come out right away. It's just a tornado. The wind leaves. It leaves. The wind leaves. So yeah, I definitely it was an experience. I know that when I got up off the floor and I was able to go to the window and look out of the window, what's going on? I know when I got up off the floor and I was able to go to the window and I was able to look out the window, what I saw was destruction everywhere. The place where I had originally parked my car, it was a big tree. A big old tree. It was a very big tree on that place. Sir, it's traffic, so I'm trying to understand where you want us to go. We can't. Lord, something must be going on. Yeah, I looked out. It was destruction everywhere. This event, all you got to do is Google Derecho, May 16th, 2024, Houston. 900,000 people lost life for a significant period of time. It was one of the worst storms that we were not prepared for in a very long time, other than Harvey, just because of the actual devastation. It took, a 20-minute ride I was supposed to take home, took over an hour and a half. There was no electricity in so many different areas. And the cold part was, when I did get up off the floor, it took me a second. I did get up off the floor. And I'm looking at my watch and I'm just like, I was praying out loud, by the way. Loud. So, I know these rooms where the therapists be, they not soundproof. Time passes, a few minutes pass, and one therapist lets her client outside. She's like, oh man, we must have had a bad storm. I say, nah. I know you heard that. It wasn't a quiet storm. It wasn't quiet. Then my therapist comes out and she lets somebody out, and the lady is like, oh man, look at all these trees everywhere. I'm like, how is it you don't know that we was in, like, how is it that that's not something that you, it's hard for me to understand. My therapist comes out, she's looking, and I'm like, you know, it's water on the floor, and you know, we got to get it up or whatever. She's like, oh man, it must have rained pretty bad. And I'm like, okay, how is it that nobody saw? Oh, police. How is it that nobody saw what was going on? See, you were supposed to wait, police officer right there. How is it that nobody saw or heard what was going on, or even heard me? It was hard for, I can tell you one thing. It was hard for me to have this appointment because I'm still reeling from what happened. Apparently, she did not experience the storm the way I experienced the storm. Apparently, a lot of other people across the city experienced the storm the way I experienced the storm. That's for fact. It's videos everywhere. People running. It's videos everywhere. So, yeah, that part. But I'm still in awe about it. I love testimonies because it's a reminder of what God did. He did save my godchildren in the daycare. I think 7 people actually did die in the city. We had electricity. Much of the city did not have electricity. Unfortunately, even my friend didn't have electricity. It was definitely something else. It was definitely something else. It was something else. Yeah. And that's my testimony about the tornado. Yep. This is part 2. Part 1, I had to cut it off because I said a curse word. Why not be transparent? I'm driving and I said a curse word. I'm like, I can't add this on there, but you know, human.com. All right, toodles.